In this video, we are going to be looking at functions. So from grade 10 and 11, you may remember that a function has the domain and a range. A domain consists of all the values of x, while the range consists of all the values of y. And we said for something to be considered a function, it must satisfy a certain condition. And the condition is each element of the domain, which is the values of x, must be associated with, let's say that's the element of the domain, must be associated with only one element of the range. Just like that. Say this was a 5 and a 3. And if that is not the case, then we do not have a function but a relation. Following the algebraic definition of a function, this is what it means. Each element of the domain is associated with only one element of the range. But in one case, we may have 4 and 3 both resulting to 6, which is an element of the range. Right. So in this case, this is a function because each value of x in this case is associated with only one value of y, though the value of y is associated with two values of x. That does not affect our value of a function, and we are going to look at that in a minute. Let's go on and look at the geometric perspective of a function. From a geometric point of view, we use a technique called the vertical line test. So what we do with the vertical line test is we draw vertical lines parallel to the y coordinate. Okay, so this will be the y coordinate and this will be the x coordinate. So what you could do is you may draw these lines just like that, just like that, just like that. You can see that at any point where the line that we have drawn coincides with the graph or the curve that we have drawn, it only coincides once at only one point. Then we can decide and conclude that this is a function because the vertical line that we have drawn only cuts the graph only once. But there may be another case. In this case, when we perform our vertical line test technique, what do we get? There is a first, second, third, fourth. So in each of our vertical line test, we go on and trace where the line coincides with the curve or the graph that we have drawn. So we can see this line, the first one, coincides with the graph over there and also cuts it over there, over there, and over there, over there, and over there, over there, and over there. Therefore, this is not a function. According to the vertical line test, the vertical line that we draw that is parallel to the y coordinate must cut the curve only once, and in this case it cuts the curve twice. Thus it disqualifies our definition of a function. So in words, this is a one-to-many. This is called a one-to-many. We have a single value of x over there, which corresponds to many values of y over there. Let me do that with a different color. That's a single value of x that we have, and we have many values of y, which are the elements of the range. So it disqualifies our definition to say each element of the domain must be associated with only one element of the range. This is associated with at least two elements of the range. All right, so this is not a function but a relation.